here we are. About 50% of the... Oh! Oh! We're charging! We were at 50% just moments ago. Maybe food gives us way more resource, or way more charge than wood does.
A wonderful day. Ellen truly smiles.
Food is missing. Oh no. Come on. Bring food. Are you carrying food? You're carrying ore. Bring FUD. FUD plus. Plus. The FUD. Just because I can. Charge up. Oh my god. And like, I don't know. Maybe being able to interact with our party members outside of being in the home base would help here. Just like anything to do in this time, or just skipping straight ahead. Hey, there we go. We did it. Units need FUD. I said units need FUD.
Stars, you did it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. All this time, our island has been separated from the outside world, and now here it is. A way back. It's incredible. And strange. Your name, they say it's Tahar, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Tahar, I do not know how to ask this, but would you mind if I joined you?
Actually, I don't think that's a bad idea. He probably knows more about the Hibernians than any Nortander scholar. He might see something in Mullendeer or the Nexus
Great.
which we haven't seen
Another
yet.
nerd.
But what about your people? I thought you didn't ever want to return to the mainland.
They don't. I've always wanted to see what lies
Hotels
outside.
are stupid expensive, Jess. It's
Please
true.
don't misunderstand. I want to return in time, but
They're a lot easier if you
there's
can
something about you
split
that
them with
sparks my
someone.
interest. And
That's
as
what
a
I'm doing for
scholar,
Big
as a
Bad
shaman,
Con.
I can't think of a better way to learn about the wonders of this
But-
world than stepping through that portal with you.
It will be
But I'm not just a
dangerous.
simple explorer. We're on a mission, and it will be dangerous.
Well, I figured as much, but you're not responsible for me. I know what I'm getting into.
Okay.
Fine. You can come. But we'll be leaving soon.
Yes, of course, as soon as you want. I'll send someone to notify the Yaris. She will understand.
All right. Guess it's time to head back home. You ready?
What about the
Yeah,
archaeologist?
I would
What-
definitely try and
He might want to come along.
find someone
right.
to
Let's go talk to him.
split that with, or check the other nearby
Yes.
hotels.
Now would you look at that?
Would you like to travel to Everlight? Yes.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight,
Oh
many
god,
are shocked
this
to find
again.
that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor.
I wonder how far into the game we are now. I'm
and
pretty
the purity
behind
of
on
Light's aggressive crusade
editing
for new
this.
followers.
I just edited part 13 today. Suspect we're probably around 25 hours in. 25 parts? Somewhere in there. Maybe closer to the lower 20s. And I think we're like halfway through. This is a hefty game. Well, welcome back, Ethan. Ba ba ba! We did it. We're back. Whoa. Alright, where do we go? There's a quest over here. That's the Godstone lady. I guess we're done here? Let's go to the world map. Weird. So all those RTS elements good for time sinks. That's true. Each of those RTS levels is like an hour. But I mean, I don't think I'm spending any more time on this than I did on Dragon Age Origins, the first time I played that. And I'm sure I'm going to spend as much time on, what was it, Pillars of Eternity? When I get to that one. Dragon Age Origin is a very long game too. Yeah. Pillars of Eternity is so very good. Oh, Jesus, Jess. I take it you like that game. I picked it up last year. I just haven't had a chance to stream it yet. Bum ba da ba! Wayfarers unlocked. Hooray! Kier is now available for trading. Island Tribe Valis is now
Tiara's
available
breath.
for trading.
You haven't promised too much to Har. This place is incredible.
Just wait until you see it in action.
Just don't forget we're here for a purpose.
I won't. I'll go talk to Flynn now. We need to find a good place to set up camp. And, if you want to talk, you know, about the past, then feel free to come by.
Oh, he's a party member. Interesting. What you got, buddy? Sword and shield. Rohen Tahir's armor. What are your abilities, bud? He's a magic dude. He does all the magic. Like, all of them. Primal magic. Neat. And the nerd guy. Black magic. Ah, yes, necromancy. Great. What a wonderful person to have in the party. Paradox magic. Heal allies and damage enemies in target area. Certain chance to apply each damage type to target enemy. Small chance to deal no damage at all. All auto attacks deal white damage. Target ally temporarily deals damage back on the attacker when hit. And friendly target deals persistent pure damage for a certain amount of time and gets an increased crit chance. Interesting. This is 15% chance to burn 7 points of target's focus with every auto attack. Oh, it's like wild magic.
What's next?
Human halberdier unlocked. We have several quests on the map. Okay, we've got a quest over here, I think? No, we have a shop over here. Yes, we have a quest here. Rohan is over here. Do we have a quest down... Let's fix the rotation on the camera. This is bothering me. We have 2 quests over here. Uram, who I don't want to talk to, and Yana, who I also don't want to talk to. And then Undergast is over here, being a loner. Cool. What a weirdo. Talk to Isgrim. Do I gotta... Alright, we're here, so let's just walk up here. Nope.
Interesting.
Talk to your people! And yes, we have human units! Why are these maps so big? I don't know.
Now look at that. The fabled Corporal.
Isn't
Good to
that
finally meet you in person.
the
I'm
art
Flynn,
for...
second in command of the Wayfarers. I have to say, for someone who
What's
only
his
led
name?
a puny
Sentenza?
Northander
Isn't it the
division
same character
once,
art?
you're doing quite a good job leading an army so far.
Am I
None of
crazy?
them saying I couldn't do better, but
I
still.
feel like we've seen
Anyway,
that art
Have
before.
you come to arm our men? I strongly suggest you do so.
But you're armed already, aren't you?
Well, yes, with rusty swords and dented armors.
Jesus.
I mean with proper equipment. If you give me the coin, I'll send out orders to my contacts in Everlight. It'll improve our strike force significantly.
The fuck kind of units do you have?
I want to
What
buy
kind
some
of
better
mercenaries
equipment for
are
the
you?
Wayfarers.
Music to my ears. What did you have in mind?
Maybe Sentenza's had generic portrait this entire time. Maybe. I feel like, in actuality, a lot of the art in this game is reused. I do get a distinct impression that they had a pretty limited budget for this game. I don't really want to bother with this, and I don't know that I'm going to use the human units anyway.
Let's see.
I'm a pretty big fan of the elves so far.
Ah, Tahar.
Seems your men have made themselves comfortable.
To
Yeah,
hear?
they have. There was a small disagreement between Flynn and the orcs, but we settled that, so it's all good now. But I'm guessing that's not what you came here for.
I came here to throw you down a
You
hole.
want to talk, right? About what I did 8 years ago?
Honestly, not really.
Why did you do it? Why did you tell my father about my plan?
Well, what do you want me to say? I did it because back then I still believed in your father's vision. What you, Zane, and Helena were going to do, it just seemed, I don't know, wrong. But that doesn't mean it was an easy decision. Also, I didn't think he'd execute you.
Wow.
Probably naive, I know, but
You don't
the
say.
truth. You see, I joined Asamo because there was truth in his words. The masks, the pipes,
Sure.
all that hatred against us defilers that the purity of light is spreading now. It was all already there. The people always feared us, simply because we were different. Because we are
I
better
mean,
than they. Your
Also,
father, he knew
because
something
you
like
can
that would
murder
happen
them more
eventually.
easily.
So he stood up and tried to stop it before it was too late. At least that's what he said. And to be honest, I still don't know if he only lost that vision or had never had it to begin with.
Because we're better? Yeah, that's some
Did you
superiority
just say
talk.
because we are better?
Yes, better. How else should I say it? We cast fire from our hands, heal wounds with a mere thought, so how would you call it? I call it superior. And the ungifted know it as well as we do. But does that mean that we want to kill them? No. We're not animals, we're people, just like they are. Only that we are the lions and they are the cats. We didn't choose to be that way, but it's what nature chose for us.
Is Tahar secretly an atomic heroine? Possibly.
I don't know. But to me, it sounds like you're still trying to justify what you did in that war.
That's where you're wrong. It's not all black and white, Tahar. And you of all people should know that. I know
Should I?
I made mistakes. And I've spent the past 7 years making amends. What else do you think the Wayfarers are for? Why else would I have left? And look, I do not expect you to forgive me. I don't even know if I could do it if I were in your position.
I don't really want to talk to you,
Yeah.
honestly. I'm gonna go talk to this nerd over here real quick.
Interesting.
And then we'll go talk to the nerds inside. Probably upgrade some elven units before we head out again. Which reminds me, where are the elves? Are they over here? Is this Elf Town? Where are the elves? Isn't there
I must say,
Is it you?
I'm impressed.
With Mullendeer? Yes, it's quite a sight. I still can't believe we're the first ones who found this place.
It seems unlikely, yes, but yet it happened. Iskrim, the dwarf, told me about it. He said that the rock illusion shielding the entrance vanished as soon as you spoke the words, and that it did not react to Iskrim himself.
Tell me, Tahar, what do you make of that?
I'm magic! But I'm a main character, so I'm gonna assume I don't know that.
I don't know. It might have been a coincidence.
That is true.
I believe we stand on the verge of a change. Things have happened, Tahar. Things, the extent of which we have not even come close to comprehending. And they have set something in motion.
Have they now?
How do you know this? Are you some kind of medium?
A medium? No, quite the opposite. I'm an observer. As you have undoubtedly noticed, I lack the, let us call it, emotional intensity most people display in their daily lives. That can be a challenge, but it also allows me a unique perspective on the world.
And to me, it is evident that The war your father started has done more than simply given birth to the purity of light. It was the first pebble in what will soon become an avalanche.
You're talking about the Bloodburn.
Among other things, yes. But as I said, there is more to it. All this, your journey, your role in what Rondar Lacane believes to be a vision sent by Aenir. It is only the beginning. But let us continue this discussion when I can give you more than vague, semi-prophetic statements.
All right. We'll talk later.
Why? When?
When something comes up. I'll go prepare for our next mission now.
Understood.
I'm giving you a loot area. Damn, that looks dope! Shoulder pads are a little hit or miss for me, but hot diggity.
Now would you look at that?
Alright, let's go upgrade our Elvish units. Oh, we should also level our characters. Hey! Just thanks for the bits for putting loot on your character. Oh, thank you for donating to that channel-wide bit goal. If y'all weren't aware, we do have a bit goal on the channel here. Does this increase my damage? It do. We have a bit goal on the channel, which we are over 10% of the way on, which is for me to run a one-shot of Things from the Flood. So, already upgraded rays. I want passives. I don't want more single target stuff. I guess I could take the bonus crit. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I want. Increase auto attack damage. Sure. Area. What can I boost on you? Healing abilities are cheaper. Isgrim, be tankier. I can't make you tankier. I can make you tankier over here. And your con is maxed. Okay, so I guess 10 is the cap. Strength then. Yeah, I will say I am absolutely blown away that we have already hit over 10% on our new goal. This quickly after fulfilling the Monster of the Week goal. Fire abilities are cheaper. Cooldowns are reduced. Sounds good. And more spell power. Deal more damage with your spells. I'm assuming that's what this does. Inflict willpower based weapons and abilities. None of these boost my damage on gore. Okay, weird. That does boost resistances. No, let's just go with the int. Alright, and I'm not going to bother with the other characters because I'm not going to play them. Upgrade.
What is it?
I want to train some
I would like
elves.
to train the elves. Well, if you have the coin, I might be able to help. Let's see.
Literally your job to train your elves, but okay. Sure, I will pay you to do that thing. Two-handed greatsword. A dex greatsword. That's interesting. Sword for humans. Blood Befouler. Oh, that's right. We were going to equip this when we were done with the Medusa stuff. We were only using that one sword for Medusa things. feel like I was holding onto that mail for something. Sell the plate. Sell these helmets that we're never going to use. Sell these, sell all the animal parts, sell the goblin meat. Just hold on to those severed heads for now. We don't need these research schematics because we already have them. Give me money! Alright, that's actually way more money than we need. Elven Warden. Wanderer. I think the Wanderers are the shooty people. The Rangers. Maybe they're Pathfinders. I don't know. Can I just buy everything? How much do I have to sell you for that? Don't need this extra talisman of necromancy. Crushing sword. Not good. Glistening sword. This is good though. Oh, I think this is what's supposed to replace our snake sword. So many snake spears. Another talisman of necromancy, another talisman of unbreakable ice, which is what we have here, right? Yeah. Sell that. Sell this. Don't think we need this. We're not quite in the green, unfortunately. Can we wear this? We can. That's actually really good. I'll reduce our sight range, but that should be fine. I don't think we're going to get into the green on this. So close. If we sell this bow, which I don't think it's as good as the one that Iria is using. Yeah, we're still gaining money! Completely unnecessary, but yeah, we're gonna do it. Oh man, sort my inventory, please. Alright, our elven units are really good. Oh, that's ridiculous. Alright, let's go check in with our party members. Go say hi to Isgrim, blah, and then talk to Iria. Yay! Hopefully she wants to talk to us about something this time. Oh, the music just got really intense. Oh, it's because we're over in the Orcish area, I guess. Who are you again? Oh, Island Tribe. We should come talk to you. Do you have units and stuff for me? What do you got?
Unbelievable. All this.
Must be quite the change of scenery.
Yes, you could say that.
Living on an island your whole life.
All
and
my
then
life
shaboom!
I dreamed of stepping through the portal, and now I did. And it's beautiful. Everything is so vast. Oh well.
Yeah, it is.
It will take some getting used to, that's for certain. There's something else I wanted to discuss with you.
Yeah?
I brought some things from the island that could come in handy on your travels.
Oh, cool.
Weapons, trinkets.
Nice.
All sorts of things I found in the Hibernian ruins over the years. Most of
Just
them
take my
haven't been
cultural
used for
artifacts,
millennia,
it's
but
fine.
For a little gold, I could get them back into shape. Just let me know if you want to take a look.
I will. Thank you.
Tandai Tahar. Come to trade?
The Snake Devourer is what I am using right now. Damn, 10.75 DPS on a one-handed sword? Holy shit! Chance to inflict fire and or ice damage in a small area of effect. Oh my god, that's good. That is a ton of money, though. That's like half of our gold, I think. Hot damn. Hot diggity damn. Got any fancy bows for Iria? No? Okay. Nullifying dagger, chance to apply silenced. Damn, no fancy bows. I'm very sorry, Iria.
Pleasure
I will
doing
take
business
that
with
sword
you.
because it
Come
seems
again.
really good.
I'm getting new wares by the next moon's turn.
Alright, where are my weapons at? Up here. Glistening sword, I think, is going to be our offhand instead of the burning sword. 8.3 DPS. It's actually not as good as the burning sword. Okay. So we just, that's our loadout for now. Cool. Oh, and our helmet. That's right. That's right. You better have bows next time, sir.
Understood.
I'm sorry, Jess. I promise we'll get you a nice bow eventually. We've got a pretty good one now. Not your fault the merchants suck. Thank you for understanding. I also really like the music in Mullendeer. I mean, less so down here where it's creepy, but...
Yes?
Let's go talk to Isgrim. AKA, let's just put our
To this
fingers
day,
into a vice.
The Shaper's magical and
voluntarily.
technological prowess remains.
Will do. Interesting.
Alright, what do you got? Oh, Tahar. Well, I've been thinking, and maybe we could resurrect the Shapers, and they could
Tahar,
rule over us
may I help you with something?
impunity again. Wouldn't that be great? What am I supposed to ask you about? Talk to Isgrim. I talked to Isgrim in the Nexus. Where'd you meet
There's something
Lacane?
I've been wondering about. How did your cooperation with the Harbinger begin?
Well, that was simple. I was in Everlight at the time, on request of the nobleman. He'd hired me to do some work on an artifact collection of his. One night, a courier contacted me and gave me a letter. The message outlined the mission and the pay, even though the latter was almost irrelevant to me once I realized what it was that Lacane wanted me to find.
Mullendeer.
Yeah, you know the rest of the story.
Yeah, I mean, wanting to find a place doesn't feed you. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking to you and put the Nexus Stone in the thing.
Tahar, finally! Do you have the stone?
I do. What now? How do we connect it to the
Oh, look,
Nexus?
it's our party.
Well, I've done a little research on that. It should be pretty straightforward. Give me the stone for a second, please.
Sure.
Thanks. Now, let's see. Whoa!
Hello.
This is amazing. What the heck just happened? Was that the stone?
Yeah. It seems like our plan worked. The stones are the power sources of the Nexus.
Not
Oh, we
sources,
need two
Tahar.
more.
They're simply the catalysts. As I said, the energy, all this magic, it comes from someplace else.
Well, I definitely know why the Shapers were so powerful now. If they were able to harness that, I wouldn't want to be their enemy.
Pain.
Pardon?
Oh,
Rekindling this
fun.
place. I can feel their thoughts now. At least, some of them.
You mean the Shaper's thoughts?
Those who connected themselves to this place. The ones who had the power of telepathy. They left an echo.
Why is telepathy
and
in quotes?
whatever wiped out the Shapers, it caused pain. Horrible pain.
I
Great.
see.
Well, fascinating or not, we need to connect our minds to the Nexus to find the source of the blood burn, right? Can we do that now?
No. It's not strong enough yet.
I think it
we knew
is
that
the
already.
Nexus.
We need to find the second
area.
stone first. Let's head to Aenir's Blade. It's a long journey, but we don't have a choice.
God, our party's gonna die. Whee! Everyone gonna die. Stay hydrated, bot. Thank you for the reminder. Everybody, stay hydrated, drink water. Let's talk to Iria. Woo! So why does it show the helmet on this screen, but not? Okay. When you're in the party, you don't have a helmet, but when you're out of the party, you have this ridiculous deer hat.
Beautiful, aren't they? These glyphs. Since we reignited the Nexus, they seem to have become a little brighter.
New
The
conversation.
entire knowledge of the Shapers. If only we knew how to access it.
Well, we sort of do, don't we? Isgrim knows how to read the Shaper tongue. But it would take centuries to decipher all of this. Anyway, still one stone to go. Something
Only
you
one?
want to talk
Oh.
about, Tahar?
Yeah? Yes, always?
How you holding up?
Fine, I guess. Thanks for asking. You know, Corporal, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Yes.
Have you?
Well, not knowing your mother and all that shit your father put you through. Do you ever feel lost?
Not really. I've never been too concerned with the past.
I wish I could say the same. You know, I haven't told you that yet, but actually our pasts aren't so different. Save for the fact
Really?
that my father didn't try to conquer the world.
Oh,
at
well.
least not that I know.
How are our pasts alike then?
Simply put, I also didn't know my mother. And my father was a bastard if there ever was one.
What happened to your mother?
She died giving birth to me.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's alright. As I said, I never knew her.
I take it you and your
It would
father
have been
aren't
hard
on
for
good
you two.
terms then.
You are of great wisdom, Tahar. No, we were not. I was and still am the only heir of the family. And if there's anything my father ever cared about, it was prestige. You see, it might not be obvious, but I'm actually of noble blood. Pure
Oh.
blood, as Finn and Mir elves call it. Nothing impressive, small nobility.
Backstory convo.
Similar to the kind of
Yeah.
Northander nobility that's always around at royal festivities, licking everyone's boots so that they just don't forget about them.
There's nobility in Finn and Mir?
Oh, yes, there is. They don't call it that, but essentially Finn and Mir is an aristocracy.
How so?
Well, as you might know, elven culture heavily revolves around the White Tree, a gift from their goddess Ellen. Simply put, the tree is revered and guarded by a group of mages, of seers, called the Council. They're the rulers of our country, 6 women and 6 men. Now, according to the ancient lore, when a seer dies, his or her successor is chosen by the Council. However, it has become custom that a seer should be replaced by someone from his bloodline. Someone pure, as they call it.
Which means they make sure that the power stays within the right families.
Indeed. And even though elven families in themselves are small, if you count all the cousins, aunts, and uncles, the members of just one council family could populate a whole township. In other words, the closer your blood ties with the council, the closer you are to the White Tree. And thus, the higher your standing.
Whoops.
So I assume your father put you under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I barely had a childhood. It was all stern-faced teachers instead, trying to feed me language, history, math, and magic from the day I could speak.
You seem
And I
real
can't
well
even
adjusted
remember all
now.
those festivities and religious ceremonies I had to attend. It was as if I learned the meaning of the word
Stupid wall.
small talk before I learned how to ask for my mother's tea.
Well,
Not
I mean,
that she would have been around to listen.
yeah, I was gonna say, asking for that wouldn't have got you much. Welcome back, Julie.
How about friends?
Oh, that's another topic. I was allowed to go out and play as long as it was with the right people.
God, this chair's getting squeakier
Still,
by
I
the
didn't.
day.
Which was my choice, really. One of the few I made in those years. I preferred to stay on my own.
How come?
I don't know. See, I've always felt a bit ahead of others. As you know, we think in other dimensions than you do. Our lives are a lot longer. What that means is that an elf who has seen 20 winters is still considered and looks like a child. Thus, behaves as such. I just never felt at home with most people. Especially around my age.
Big mood.
And that feeling never changed.
Big mood.
What was your father hoping to gain from this?
Isn't it obvious? He wanted to marry me off. And
Oh.
thus expand our petty little family's prestige.
But it never came to that.
Almost.
Alright.
If he simply wanted to arrange a marriage for you, then why teach you magic, math? When these things happen in Northander, it's usually more about, how shall I put it?
The looks?
And the ancestry. Yes.
Well, these things play a big role in Finn and Mir too, but to be considered a good match, education and magical talent are just as important.
Well, that's
For a
nice.
priest, let alone a pure blood, to be seen with an uneducated, non-gifted street elf is frowned upon, not to say forbidden. Also, from what I've learned, it's mostly young women and girls who get married off in Northander, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, this isn't the case in Finn and Mir. If the head of a family decides to do so, a young boy or a young man may have the same fate as the one I just escaped by a hair's breadth. This is a topic you could fill books with. Probably not for now.
Okay.
I see.
I see.
Where's your father now?
Dead as a doornail. He got assassinated some years before I was allowed into the priesthood.
Jesus.
Assassinated? What happened?
He got mistaken for
Rip.
someone else. But it doesn't really matter. Let's not talk about it.
You shot him.
Sounds like he got what he deserved.
I don't believe people get what they deserve. They get whatever life or the Guardians bother to give them. Murderers live to be 100. Children die in the birth beds. Ultimately, the biggest fallacy is that we like to believe that there's someone who gives a damn.
Alright,
Oh,
okay.
And we have to make the best out of whatever life throws at us. I did. And even though not all worked out as I had planned, I'm here. And I'm free.
Alright, okay. Calm down, it's fine. Guardians are real.
But the Guardians are real.
I never said that they weren't. But tell me one thing. Why is there cruelty when there's Shanna? Why is there injustice when there's
Yeah.
Arian? Why do children die when there's Ellen? There are two explanations. Number one, the Guardians are far less powerful than we think. Number two, they just don't give a damn.
Number 3, they just don't care.
I couldn't agree more.
Happy to hear that. The gods aren't the answer. Yeah, every once in a while there's the token miracle healing. The chances of your prayers being answered are next to none. So you can either sit on your buttocks hoping that some god will take pity, or you can take your fate into your own hands.
Here is a little cross with the gods. I'm getting that impression.
But you still feel lost sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But I'm working on it. Anyway, we digressed quite a bit, didn't we? Sorry, my fault. Sometimes I just talk too much. I'll see you around to
No, talk more.
And thanks for listening.
Okay. Fine. Let's go to Ainer's Blade. Not a fan of the name, honestly, but, oh, let's talk to Gore, I guess, is what we're doing over here. And then Gore will be like, have you considered how weak your people are?
Huh?
I just don't want to talk to you.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, let's go.
Let's see.
I do wish, like part of me wishes the characters in this game were a little more likable. Like, Iria is pretty likable. She has her moments where I'm like, whoa, Tiger, Jesus Christ. But for the most part, like, she seems like a pretty solid person. Everyone else is like, have you considered how useless your entire worldview is? You're terrible. Everything sucks. Like, I'm supposed to like you? What the fuck? Her face melting moments. Yeah, the face melting stuff is a little tough. These characters have some opinions. Yeah. I'm curious how much of that is writer bias coming through, and how much of that is trying to establish a world that feels grim, right? Like, how much of it is playing into the grim dark genre that this game sits in. My suspicion is that it's mostly the latter. I think the DLC has an almost entirely new cast. Ooh. I'll be interested to see that. God, these mountains look really good. That's a really nerdy thing to be, like, super into, but for real, these mountains, they look good. I like them. I haven't made a map in a long time. I should do that. Alright, this is the party. Let's go.
The Field Dog. What may sound like a myth or horror story to many is harsh reality for the 200 Iron Falcons of the canyon named Aeonir's Blade. According to legend, the guardian gods fought back the Field Dog, ancient mythical demons, and sealed them in a tomb. Ever since that day, the Field Dog have tried to break free, raising hordes of the undead from the sand to do their bidding. And it is only the Iron Falcons who stand between them and their return to the world.
Fun.
Huh, quite the view. So that's where the Iron Falcons guard the Field Darg.
Well, whatever we do, we need to be careful.
Corpses.
This place reeks of death and decay.
I know. We'll go in, get the stone, and leave. Maybe we won't even need to send in our army. Let's scout the area.
That seems unlikely. You remember... you remember on Twitter when I was like, hey, let's play this fantasy game. Maybe we will see a unicorn. Or perhaps we will see piles of corpses. Well, we got one of them. Zomboys? I do think we are going to get some zomboys.
Zarek guides me.
Speaking of DLC and zombies, I still haven't played the
This way, right?
Monster Prom DLC.
Told them he shouldn't do it. Told him. But he wouldn't listen. You know? He...
Char's breath. Who are you? Who did this to you?
What?
I said, who are you?
No.
Can we kill you?
Mother. It was him. Why don't you believe
No.
me? It was him.
He's hallucinating. This is pointless.
Wait, let me see. Selwen Lurasar Eswantur.
Mother. I can see this city now. Tiara's breath. It's so white. So beautiful.
Damn it.
He was an Iron Falcon.
Rip.
That's a bad sign. Seems
Press
like
F
something
to pay
happened down in that
respects.
canyon. Let's be wary.
Fine.
I'm not too worried about it. It's just zombies. We can do that. We can fight zombies. Zombies or whatever. Hey, look! More corpses. But with smoke. Give me the loot!
Interesting.
A buried chest, wind and weather have made the wood brittle.
Now would you look at that?
Now would you look at that? That is such an out of place voice line.
Here we
Zambos!
go. Undead.
Another bad sign. The Falcons are supposed to defend the entrance to the valley.
You got it.
Yay! We're good at fighting.
Sure.
We are do a fight good.
Alright, why not?
Jesus is grim.
Let's burn them.
Fireballs! And it burns, burns, burns. The balls of fire. The balls of fire.
Sounds like a plan.
Still need to pick up the Monster Prom DLC. Yeah, I don't have it yet. I have been trying not to spend money on games so that I can do the big bad con thing, but also because I have so many games already.
Whatever's necessary.
Godstone!
Let's see.
Godstone, Godstone.
Sure.
Nice. What's over
Now would you
here?
look at that.
Now would you look at that? I don't know why that cracks me up so much. Talisman of Weakening. Ah. This looks bad. Can we break it? Some kind of prayer circle. Inside of it you see a single word. Salvation. I can't break it.
Understood.
How do I get down there? Ah, over here. Over here. Alright. Sure are a lot of bones here. I like that that's just sort of the pop culture image of a desert, is like yellow, beige, bones. Those things.
Got it.
Quest? No, we need to go even further down. There's a lot of path to go through here.
Here we go.
Whatever's necessary.
Get ready.
Fine.
Not now.
How are we on health? Looks like we're doing okay.
Danger up ahead.
Is there, Isgrim? I hadn't noticed. There's a lot of different kinds of desert. That's true.
Alright, why not?
For the fire wielders!
That is true. Sandy desert, dusty desert, dry desert, or not dry desert, but like
Here we go.
solid, I guess, desert.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
This new stuff is really good, I assume you mean, except for Kappa. I'm assuming there's a Kappa character in the Monster Prom expansion who's a Kappa and not the emote. No worries.
Good move.
I was briefly confused, having not watched I have not seen or played the expansion, so I'm not super familiar with it. Oh, that's the one that people were talking about with the...
That way?
All right.
Yeah.
The Falcons are definitely in trouble.
Oh,
It's not
Jesus.
just Falcons, though.
Let's get down there.
I can help. I've got magic.
Let me recover.
Get healed. Okay, I helped. Moving on. Yeah, I've heard some things around that character that are not great.
Another death man? Look, friend, why can't you stick to our agreement for just an hour?
A what?
Deathmen? What do you mean?
What is this? Are you...
Now, would you look at that? The fabled falcons have called for reinforcements. They look a bit old, though. I always thought Lady Aranor likes her recruits young and ripe for plucking.
Who the fuck are you?
Keeper Aranor. And a hint of respect would be in order, Sir Catras.
Yeah, I know. You folk would kill for your formalities and traditions, even if it means sacrificing your own troops to a group of undead.
I think you're confusing something. We're not reinforcements.
I do think it is weird that we keep getting very, distinctly similar names right next to each other. Like, we have High Keeper Aranor, who is in charge of the Falcons, I guess, and then this person who is Keeper Terranor. So you have Aranor, or Aranor, and Terranor right next to each other. And then we have Tahar, who is our character, and then Tahir, who was with our character but betrayed our character. Like, woo! Having consistent naming conventions is one thing, but
then who are
it's a
you?
little confusing.
It's complicated. To put it shortly, we are looking for a relic that we believe to be hidden here in the desert.
Neatalf's helmet?
No, Shaper Energy Stone. Hard to explain.
Energy
Who are you?
Stone? Well, I hate to shatter your treasure hunting fantasies, but whatever it is you're looking for, you're going to have a hard time finding it. The Iron Falcons lost the fortress, and thus the
Rip?
tomb.
Oh, that's bad.
You make it sound as if we forgot to lock the door. Tell me, stranger, have you ever heard of the Bloodburn?
I have.
Uh-huh.
What about it?
Maybe.
Well, most people think that it only affects the living. That's wrong. The Bloodburn has an effect on the dead, too.
Oh, great.
At least here. It wakes them.
How do you know it's the Bloodburn? Why can't it just be another unrelated magical effect? What about it makes it so obvious that it's the Bloodburn? If the Bloodburn manifests in such, completely different ways, if it's affecting a human, or an elf, or an undead, why are we calling it the same thing? What do we have? What in the fiction is giving us reason to assume it's the same thing and not just a bunch of different bad things that maybe we later find out all happen to be the same thing? I'm confused by what is happening in the story here. Because it's not like, oh, it's the bubonic plague. Everyone, vomits up blood and gets horrible black cysts. But in addition, elves have this thing, humans have this thing, and undead have this thing. The symptoms are completely different from each other. So... I don't know.
The Bloodburn wakes the undead? How?
I don't know how. I only know what it does. Whenever a mage hears that cursed song, the undead rise. And it frenzies them, almost like somebody is speaking inside their heads.
Just like I thought. Telepathy. It must be able to stimulate the remnants of their minds, even though they've died long ago.
I beg your pardon?
Doesn't matter.
Is it possible that the undead also killed a scout of yours? We found one on the mountain pass.
Tiara's breath. That must have been Henry. We sent him to ask for reinforcements. May the Guardians have mercy on his soul.
We did all we could. I'm sorry.
No need to be. He gave his life to protect Io, as we Falcons all will one day. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Fun.
And these
you sound like a real fun
overran your
group.
fortress?
8 days ago, yes.
Oh, hi.
We were forced to retreat, and now they're continuously pushing us back. We're losing soldiers every day.
Hey, it's the boss.
It's a nightmare.
Damn it. No idea how precise these Shaper maps are, but according to them, the stone is hidden somewhere in the fortress.
I can hear you, and I know which stone you're talking about.
Lady Aranor, come to favor us with your lovely presence again.
Who are you and why
As
are
I
you a
said,
dick?
I believe I know which stone you're talking about. It's been with the Falcons as long as I can remember, but we never figured out its use. What do you want it for?
I'm working for someone who wants to put an end to the Bloodburn.
Huh. Lofty words. Look, stranger. If circumstances were different, we might discuss this.
I'll
But
handle
right
your
now, you're
undead
at the bottom of
problem.
my priority list. I think it's best if you just go your way and look for another stone.
We can't do that. But maybe we could help.
You?
We
Yeah?
and our army, which is waiting at the entrance of the canyon.
You're joking.
We're not. Go send a scout if you don't believe us.
Well,
Yeah.
this just got a whole lot more interesting.
No. Whoever you are, there's no way on Io the Iron Falcons will cooperate with a bannerless army, deathmen
Why?
or yours. The canyon is our responsibility. As I
Not if you
said, go
die.
back to where you came from and let us handle this. We've protected Aenir's blade for centuries, and we will not fail at it now. Hold the line, Kiroy.
Oof, look at those legs. Like pillars. If only she
Ugh.
had half as much wits as she had muscle, this whole
Gross.
dilemma would have been resolved by now. Come to my camp if you want to talk.
Who are
I think
you?
introductions are in order, and I can help you.
Good luck, stranger.
Who is this creepy elf guy?
Yes.
Understood.